Genesis chapter 18, we see this scene where Jesus is walking by Abraham and Sarah as they are encamped, and Jesus tells Abraham that surely this time next year you will have a son born of Sarah. And it's the popular scene where Sarah laughs and she argues against Jesus. Well, in Genesis chapter 21, the first 8 verses, Jesus visits Sarah again, and she conceives, and she gives birth to a son, names him Isaac, and verse 8 ends with Isaac being weaned. He becomes this promised child, a type of the Messiah, Christ. And in this story, and it's really easy to read way too much into Scripture. So when we read these parts of the story, it's tempting for us to try to read into the text, add something that's not there so that we can glean something just really theological, really deep, something that sounds philosophical and enlightening. But when I look at this text, I see something simple. God fulfills his promises. God fulfills his promises in every way. He does miracles. He brings things about that he says will be brought about. He claims victory over our doubts. And he does good things, things that are worth celebrating. In this text, we see Sarah celebrate. God has done this. In this text, we see Abraham celebrate by having a feast. When God does good things in our lives, are we also celebrating? You see, I spent too much time in my life being overly critical. I spent too much time over the course of my life focusing on what I saw as the negative. Waging wars with words that did not need to be waged. Making enemies instead of friends. Experiencing drama that I probably caused in my life. And then I look at the simplicity of passages like this. God does good things. And if by matter of perspective, I recognize those good things and focus on the good things that God is doing, I am led not to be so cynical in life. I am led not to be so serious in life. Instead, I am led to celebrate and to be generous, which I think are qualities and that are encouraged within the Christian life according to Scripture. So we make this a matter of perspective, right? Do I focus on all of the bad stuff? And believe me, in Abraham's life at this point in the story, there's a lot of bad stuff happening. You just saw Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed. There's some drama happening within his household because of Ishmael and Hagar, and there's some unpleasantries there. Yet, in these 8 verses, God has done something good. These 8 verses encompass months, probably up to like 18 months, so more than a year. And there's happiness and there's celebration because Abraham and Sarah are focusing by matter of perspective on the good. When's the last time you stepped back from your busyness, from your drama, from all the circumstances of your life, and evaluated what good things God is doing in the midst of all that?